Have you ever noticed how much the world is designed around buying things? New tech, clothes, decorations, or even newer versions of items that we already own. More and more people, especially minimalists, are stepping back and asking a different question. Do I really need this item? Or can I build a different kind of value or mindset around it? In today's video, I want to explore what is the difference between goods and services and how minimalism approach to consume in general and why would we choose one over the other. So the first point, let's get a quick definition. What is the difference between goods and service? Goods is a physical material that we own and service is an action or experience that we're paying money for. And more than often, goods will take up space and services is a lasting experience. Hi, if you're new here on Ladies Mental, my name is Nina. I welcome you here and hopefully you can learn something and have a bit of a reflection after this video. And if that's something you're interested in and want to build a more simplified lifestyle, you're here on the right track. So the second point that I want to bring you is the minimalism influence. We're buying less goods and use more services, which has to do that we are happy with what we're owning. We don't need to bring always new physical items into our home because we want to have experience, personal growth, and just overall, it's more of a way that we can express and not with materialistic things. Even though that doesn't mean that we're not buying anything, we're just valuing quality over quantity more often. With that being said, let's dive into number 3. What are the reasons why we buy goods? Goods has more often to do with influence, with the items we want to do, a quick dopamine hit, or even it's something that we think we should own just because it has been told for the reason of influence. Has also to do with identity, if we want to be a certain group approach or stereotypical way of living. But more than often, that will accumulate space, clutter, and it's more than less an overconsumption. On itself, goods is not a bad thing. It's more the way we are approaching it and using it. But goods will be more than often influenced by people, and which is one of the reasons why we accumulate so much stuff. Because we think we can identify ourselves with the stuff that we own and feel happy about it. What are the reasons why you buy good services or experience? It's definitely something that is more lasting, convenient, or it's just something that we are not able to do. Like, I can't practice what a doctor does, a psychiatrician as such. So we are relying also on things and qualities and professions that we need to. But more than likely, it's something that will last you for longer. It could be a holiday. It could be just an amazing trip that you had. What will be also a service. Additionally, this will also encourage your growth and overall happiness as they will be not attached to something physical and truly comes from your inside. And this will definitely not accumulate any clutter. It will be more an internal thing and an experience that will last you longer or even will create memories. But what does research say about it, which will be our point number 5? There is not a specific one that I could find about the goods and services and what will be the exact amount that minimalists spend on, either more or what percentage as such. But definitely, as I was explaining to you in the other points, it's a more simplified and reasonable lifestyle. We're not as gift orientated or materialistic things orientated, which definitely makes the difference. But psychology shows that we are more than likely be happier and lasting that happiness feeling with experience rather than goods, because it's fading. It's that thing that I said in the goods with the dopamine a quick happiness boost because we got that item and a week later we completely forgot it was new or it just faded in the feeling that we wanted to have with that item. Plus, it's also a thing that we're saying with things that are around us, the environment that is shaping us, and especially if a cluttered one, that our cortisol level is rising. And more than often, women are more affected about the cluttered space that we have. So a risen cortisol level is definitely not something sustainable. And another way of saying it is when you're owning less or practicing this kind of stuff, or you're trying to build your wealth as well. So more than likely, these people will have a different kind of approach about finance and long-term and value experience as well with growth, and not only with their private life and skills as such, it's also career. They rather want to spend a bit more money on a career level that they want to achieve rather than the newest car that is out on the market. With that being said, I want just to give you a little bit of of a reflection from my own life. Even though it seems that I'm buying more goods, such as grocery, here and there essential products, the services that I buy are more often higher in price. It could be a course that I'm paying or a subscription. It's just more about my personal growth or the gym membership. This is something that I would do towards my physical health. It encourages my growth, and the experience and memories that I can gain are more often lasting, as the psychology also said, which will make us happier. But that doesn't mean that I'm not buying goods. I have a different kind of approach to it. I'll take longer time in consideration. Does it last me long? Is the quality up to my expectation? So it's not about specifically saying now here goods is bad and we only pay services. Often goods will be something that I do or buy on a regular basis, such as cooking meals. The services that I will get are higher in the price tag. And I think still that makes the difference for me to have a more service-oriented consumerism, which will be also representing more the influenced style with minimalism. With that being said, don't feel the need to always change now everything to a more service-oriented lifestyle, which also has his bad parts, because I am not going out to eat every week or quite frequently. I cook most of my meals at home. So there are good and bad things about each category. But it's more than often that you ask yourself and reflect, do I truly need this item now? Will that be something that will contribute towards my growth in 1 or 2 years? Will I even remember this? How long does it really last me to get this thing? Or is it just something that I want to get right now because of a feeling or a trendy item to identify myself something? But take this video with a pinch of salt. I want to just give you the takeaway that more than often minimalists are buying more services and are more orientated on them because they value experience growth as such. Goods is more than often a physical way of accumulating stuff, which is not really the goal as a minimalist. What have I bought this month? Was it more goods or services? And what will be the price tag of each? Hopefully that will give you an insight to work towards a more simplified lifestyle. And I have nothing else to say than I wish you a good day and we see us next week. Bye!